Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have my NFL Week 1 predictions for 2017. So, if you guys remember back to last season, I actually did weekly NFL predictions all the way up to Week 15, but I kind of lost interest after that, and I stopped doing it. I didn't do Weeks 16 or 17 or the playoffs, but this year I'm going to do it all the way through Week 17 and the playoffs as well, and then at the end of the season I can count up my total, how many I got correct and how many I got incorrect. So what I'm going to be doing is every Wednesday I will upload my predictions for the next week. So like today's Wednesday, I'm uploading my predictions for Week 1, and then I'm going to do a recap video every Tuesday, the day before, for what just happened the week before that. So like next Tuesday, September 12th, I think, I'm going to be doing my recap video for Week 1, and then the next day on Wednesday, September 13th, I will do my Week 2 predictions. So that's how it's going to work. And in the recap video, basically, I'll go over every game and what happened, and if I got it correct or incorrect, and then I'll say what my overall record is for that week, and then in total throughout the whole season. Like, say, after Week 3, whatever my record was that week, just say it was, I don't know, 10-6, and then I'll say my total record so far for weeks 1 through 3. So that's how it's going to work, guys. So this should be fun, and I'm definitely going to go through all the way through the playoffs with this instead of just stopping after week 15. And again, next Tuesday, again, I will upload the recap for this week, and then Wednesday I will upload my week 2 predictions. So this should be pretty fun this year. So yeah, I have all the games right here, so let's start off with the game tomorrow night at 8:30 on Thursday night to finally open up the season. We have the Chiefs at the Patriots. Now, the Patriots did lose a key element to their offense, Julian Edelman. He tore his ACL, but I don't think it's going to hurt them too much. They still have Brandon Cooks, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Hogan, Danny Amendola, so they still have a lot of weapons. And then the Chiefs, they lost their running back, Spencer Ware. I forgot what his injury was. I think it may have been a torn ACL as well. I think it was something to do with his leg or his knee. But I just don't see the Chiefs winning it in New England because the Patriots are home. So I think the Patriots are going to take this one. And by the way, for each game I will do a score prediction as well, but the score doesn't really matter if I don't get the score right, but I still get the team that I picked to win right, but it's not the right score. I still get the game right. So my score predictions don't really matter towards my record, just what I think is going to happen. So for the score, I'm going to say the Patriots win it 31-20. I think the Patriots are going to get 31 points, and the Chiefs will get 20, so that's my score prediction. The Patriots over the Chiefs, 31-20. I don't really like the Patriots because my favorite team is the Bills, which their game is next, home against the Jets. But anyways, yeah, I don't like the Patriots at all, but I do think that they are going to win it over the Chiefs. I mean, Alex Smith has a lot to play for, trying to keep his starting job over Patrick Mahomes, so I think he will play good, and they'll still put up 20 points, but the defense just won't be able to stop the Patriots offense, and they will lose it 31-20. So then we have the Jets at the Bills. Now, both these teams are not great. I mean, there's a lot of people saying the Bills are going to go like 3-13, 4-12, 5-11. I do disagree with that. I think we'll have another 7-9, 8-8 year, but I don't see us getting like 4-12 like a lot of people are saying. But I don't think that we're the best team in the league. I don't really think that we're going to make the playoffs this year. I think we have a chance like we do every year, but we'll probably fall just short for like the 4th consecutive year. But I do think that we're going to beat the Jets at home. Now, the Jets' offense is not very good. They did get Jermaine Kearse, but they lost 2 key elements in Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, and I have no idea why I had to scroll back up to the top. But anyways, I'm going to pick the Bills in this one. 24-10 is my score prediction. Bills 24, Jets 10. So yeah, the Bills over the Jets. Now, almost 4 minutes into the video, we're only up at the 3rd game, so I kind of got to hurry this up because I don't really want to go over 15 minutes recording, so yeah, we have the Falcons at the Bears. The Falcons are the reigning NFC champions and should have won the Super Bowl, but they choked. They were winning 28-3 against the Patriots, as you guys all know, but they ended up losing it in overtime. So they're playing in Chicago, but I don't really think that's going to matter in this game. The Bears have a lot of questions at quarterback. I think it is official that Mitch Trubisky is going to be starting for the Bears, but I just don't see them winning. They lost Eddie Royal. They just released Victor Cruz. I believe Ruben Randle's in IR. So it's just all going downhill for the Bears, and I'm going to pick the Falcons to win this one 34-13. So yeah, then we have the Ravens at the Bengals. This should be another good division rivalry game to start off the season, as I don't know why it keeps scrolling back up to the top. But yeah, this should be a good game to open up the season for both of those teams. And yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting one, but the Bengals at home, I think they're going to turn it around from last season. Last season, they just didn't do very well. I think they're going to do a lot better than they did last year, but I do think the Ravens are going to give them a tough fight. And I'm going to say in this one, the Bengals will win it. I mean, the Ravens are battling a ton of injuries. Joe Flacco has been battling injuries as well. But I'm still going to pick the Bengals at home to win it in kind of a low-scoring game. I'm going to say the Bengals win it 20-14 over the Ravens. So, the same division, another division rivalry game, we have the Steelers at the Browns. The Steelers and Browns play in Week 1 to start the season and in Week 17 to end the season. So, that's very interesting. But, yeah, in this one, I think it's pretty obvious the Steelers will win. Now, I do think the Browns will do a lot better than they did last year, going 1-15, their only win being against the Chargers. Yeah, I do think they'll do better than last year, and it scrolled to the top again, I didn't touch it. But, yeah, I just don't see them winning the game. I mean, they're at home, but the Steelers, I mean, they're a good team. They made it to the AFC Championship game, but unfortunately got killed by the Patriots. But I think they're definitely going to beat the Browns. I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this one, a score of 30-13 over the Browns. So here's one of the best games of the week. We have the Cardinals at the Lions. Now, I think the Cardinals, same with the Bengals, will turn it around from last year and do better than they did last year with a losing record. When the season before that, I believe they made it to the playoffs. So definitely a disappointing season last year for the Cardinals. But they're on the road against the Lions. Again, like I said, this is one of the best games of the week. But I don't know who to pick here. I mean, this is a toss-up, but I can see this going either way. But I think I'm actually going to have to go with the Arizona Cardinals winning it on the road against the Lions. I'm going to say they win it in a close one, 27-24. I mean, they still have Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, they're both getting old, but they're still good players. So, yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to win it. What did I say, 27-24? I don't remember what I said, but that's my score prediction. 27-24, the Cardinals over the Lions. Now here's another not-so-good game, just like the Jets and Bills. We have the Jaguars at the Texans. I think the Texans will win it. I mean, the Jaguars just are not a good team. They do have a better run game now with Leonard Fournette, but I don't think that's going to be a huge difference in this game. I mean, it'll help the Jaguars, but I just don't see them winning against the Texans now. I don't think it's been announced yet if they're going to play in Houston or not because of the hurricane. I don't really know, but either way, I think the Texans will beat the Jaguars. Maybe a little bit closer than some people think because the Texans' offense isn't great either. I mean, they have DeAndre Hopkins, C.J. Fedorowicz for receivers and tight ends, but other than those two, I don't really know who they have. I think they have Jalen Strong, but he's not the best, so I don't think their offense is too great either, but I say the Texans are going to win this one 17-13 over the Jaguars. So yeah, now we have the Buccaneers at the Dolphins. You guys all know that Ryan Tannehill is injured and out for the season, and Jay Cutler will be the Dolphins quarterback this year. So, yeah, I don't think he's as good as Ryan Tannehill. I think a lot of people can agree with that. So, yeah, they're home, but both these teams are from Florida, so it's kind of a home matchup for both teams. So, I don't think that the Dolphins being home really matters much. I think the Buccaneers will get it done. I think they have a good chance of making the playoffs this year. They were close last year. But this year, I think they will get it done and make it to the playoffs. I predict the Buccaneers to beat the Dolphins 24-10. So, yeah, we have another great game. Just like the Cardinals and Lions, we have the Raiders at the Titans. Probably, I would say, the second best game of the week behind the Cowboys and Giants. Behind the Packers and Seahawks. The Cowboys and Giants is another great game. So is the Patriots and Chiefs. But anyways, this, like I'm saying, is a great game. The Raiders at the Titans. And believe it or not, this is going to be my upset for the week. I am actually going to pick the Titans to win it at home over the Raiders, who were doing great last year. They made the playoffs, but in Week 16, Derek Carr had that season-ending injury, and then they lost in Round 1 of the playoffs to the Texans. That was a really bad loss for them. I think they will have a chance to run all the way to the Super Bowl and win it this year, but I just do not see them beating the Titans. I think Marcus Mariota and the Titans will step it up this year. Their running game is great. They have DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry, so I do think the Titans are going to get it done against the Raiders. I think it will be close. I honestly can see the Titans winning this one. I'm going to say 27-23. The Titans win it by 4, 27-23 over the Raiders. So here's another toss-up. We have another division rivalry game, the Eagles at the Redskins. Both these teams, neither one of them are bad. They're normally both around like 8-8 or so. I think the Eagles are 7-9, and the Redskins were 8-8. They just barely fell short of the playoffs. They lost to the Giants in Week 17. If they were to win that game, I believe they would have been in the playoffs, but they fell short and did not make the playoffs last year. And then the year before that, they just barely made it. So the Redskins either just barely make it or just barely miss it. And then the Eagles, I think they're definitely better than last year, but they did lose 2 key wide receivers, Jordan Matthews and Dorial Green-Beckham, but then they got LeGarrette Blount, and they also got Ronald Darby for defense. That will be a huge help for the Eagles. So this is a close game, but I do think the Redskins will hold on to win it at home by a score of 20-17 over the Eagles. So now we have the only game that starts at 4:05. We have the Colts at the Rams. So it has just been announced yesterday that Andrew Luck will not be playing for the Colts, and it will be Scott Tolzien starting over Jacoby Brissett, who they just got in a trade with the Patriots. They traded them wide receiver Philip Dorsett, but I believe they said that Tolzien will be starting over Brissett, as I don't know why it keeps doing that. But either way, Scott Tolzien is not the best backup in the league. And then the Rams, they have some weapons. They have Tavon Austin, Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods. I think that the Rams are going to win it at home, I should mention, in LA, over the Colts in a low-scoring game. I'm going to say 17-13. The Rams win it over the Colts. So we have two 4:25 games. We have the Seahawks at the Packers. This is probably the game of the week. The Packers at Lambeau. I don't really see them losing. I know that normally the Packers have a rocky start in the beginning, and then they pick it up like midway through the season. Like last year, I believe they had a 4-6 start and ended 10-6. I think they went 6-0 in their final 6 games, but I just don't see them losing here in the season opener at home. I should mention, or I already mentioned that, but I think that they're not going to lose at home against the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a great team, don't get me wrong, but I see the Packers winning it at home in a close one, 31-24 over the Seahawks. So now we have the fourth to last game, another 4:25 game on Sunday. The Panthers at the 49ers. I honestly think that the worst team this year will either be the 49ers or Jets. I do think the Browns will be better than them and the Jaguars, but I think the 49ers could very well go like 0-16, 1-15, 2-14, something like that. Same with the Jets. So obviously, as you guys can see what I'm saying here, I think the Panthers are going to win this. I think they will also rebound from last year. The year before that, they made it to the Super Bowl, and then last year I believe they went 7-9, maybe even 6-10. So not what the Panthers wanted last year, to rebound and try to win it, the Super Bowl that year, because they lost to the Broncos 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. But yeah, they went 7-9 last year, I believe, and I do think they will rebound this year, and I think they will beat the 49ers on the road by a score of 27-10. So the third to last game, Sunday night at 8:30. It seems like the Giants and Cowboys always play in Week 1 on Sunday night. So yeah, this is going to be a great game. Last year the Cowboys either had 3 losses or 4. I'm not sure. They were either 13-3 or 12-4. But two of their 3 or 4 losses were against the Giants. They lost to them both times that they played, and I think that could very well happen again this season. I think the Giants just always own the Cowboys, and I think they will do it here. I do pick the Giants to beat the Cowboys on the road on Sunday night by a score of 24-20 in a close game. So now we have 2 Monday night games. We have the Saints at the Vikings at 7:10 on Monday. This should be a great game, but I don't think that the Vikings offense is too great. Yeah, they have Sam Bradford, but I mean, the Saints have Drew Brees, and I just see the Saints winning this one. Their defense isn't the best. I think this will be a high-scoring game, but I'm going to pick the Saints over the Vikings 34-24. Yeah, 34-24, that seems right. The Saints will beat the Vikings 34-24. I mean, yeah, the Vikings now have Dalvin Cook in the backfield, but I just think they're going to fall short by 10 points. So yeah, the last game, Monday night at 10:20. We have a nice division rivalry, the Chargers at the Broncos. I think this can go either way, and most prediction videos that I've seen so far for Week 1, a lot of people have been picking the Broncos, but I honestly can very well see the Los Angeles Chargers to win this game, and believe it or not, I am going to pick the Chargers to beat the Broncos 24-17. I mean, they still have uncertainty at quarterback. I believe Trevor Siemian will start over Brock Osweiler, who they just got, and over Paxton Lynch, but yeah, I think the Chargers are going to win it. What did I say? 27-17? I don't know, something like that. But anyways, I picked the Chargers. So here's my final predictions. We have the Patriots, the Bills, the Falcons, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Cardinals, the Texans, the Buccaneers, the Titans, the Redskins, the Rams, the Packers, the Panthers, the Giants, the Saints, and the Chargers. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned next Tuesday for my recap of Week 1 and then next Wednesday for my Week 2 predictions. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.